Hello everybody, I am the Lazy Kiwi and welcome to another building video. I know this one is starting off a little bit differently, but that is because today we are going to be renovating this hunk of junk over here because we are finally rich in my Let's Play and it's about the end of this series, so I do think it's just about time for us to go ahead and renovate this farm. If you don't follow along with this series, I am going to give you guys a little bit of a tour right now, so you don't even need to worry about that. So this over here is the main house at the moment, and if we enter the main house over here, it's not really a bad interior at all. It's just pretty small and not really the best that I've ever done. I mean, I did work with some budgets, and over here we have a tiny little bathroom. Right next to that we have a tiny little kitchen, and next to that we have a bedroom and a baby room in one. So the goal is obviously to have a separate baby room. We do also have a nectar area, so there will also be one of those in the new build. So that are the goals for the interior: a new baby room and still keeping a nectar room. Over here we have the garden space. I do still want a big garden, so I probably will just be keeping those, and obviously we will be keeping the cow plant as well. Then we need space for our little goats and sheep. I want to enclose the whole entire area so that they can roam around, so that is also another goal of mine, as well as enough space for 3 horses. So now that we've seen everything, I will not keep you guys any longer. Let us jump straight into the speed build for today. Okay, so getting straight into this, there are a few things that I would like to speak about. The first, I think, is probably one of the more important things I would like to say about this build, and that is that this build is not going to be up for download whatsoever because first off, it is incomplete. So this, it's not like incomplete in a way that like I cannot play in it and it looks terrible. Everything is empty. There's a bunch of just dark, scary rooms. There's a few empty rooms. I'm not even gonna lie and say that every single room is fully furnished, beautiful, great job, you know. There are a few rooms that I did leave unfurnished. You guys will see that in the end when I show the tour of the, I almost said zoo. Oh my gosh, this is not a zoo. I mean, there is a lot of animals, don't get me wrong. There is a ton of animals on this ranch, but it's not a zoo just yet. But yeah, I will show you guys everything at the end of this, so don't even worry if you miss something, because I had to cut out so many different things. This build took me an enormous amount of time. I am really embarrassed to even mention how long this took me, because it probably took me around 6 to 7 hours to finish this, which is insane. It's not like this is even the biggest build that I've ever done in my entire life either. I think the thing is that it's because I was on this budget and I was struggling to figure out a layout. I was struggling to figure out where I wanted things to be. So I did cut most of that out. I cut out me doing the farm layout, so that's what the weird like floor paint was in the beginning that you guys saw. That was me figuring out the layout. I struggled with dividing up the money properly, so like finding ways to get more money, because at the end of this I was struggling so much with the money. I thought I had so much money. When I started this, I was like, this is gonna be a piece of cake with the amount of money that I have. Nope. Turns out a 64 by 64 lot, it's humongous. Trying to build a big house on that, it's expensive, which for some reason my mind just did not want to believe that this was gonna be really expensive, and my mind didn't want to believe that this was gonna take a enormous amount of time. So I definitely bit off more than I could chew, but luckily I did get everything done. I did do quite a lot off camera as well, because I feel like on camera, I felt kind of pressured in a way to do things quickly, to get things done in a certain amount of time. So after a while, after I finished all of the things that I did on camera, I just shut off my OBS, I stopped recording, and I did the rest of it off camera. That's also why I will definitely give you guys a detailed tour after this speed build part, because I didn't even do the landscaping in this speed build part. There is absolutely no flowers, no flooring on the outside, nothing like that. I did none of it in this speed build part, so therefore I will give you guys a nice tour at the end so that you guys can also see everything that I did, because I did do a lot. Granted, none of the outdoor things like the plants and stuff are stuff that I bought, so none of them actually cost money, because every single one of the items, well, not items, like landscaping and stuff, was debug and live edit mode things, so it didn't actually cost me anything. That's also another reason why I decided to just screw it, I'm doing it off camera, because it didn't cost me any money. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did also need to make a lot of budget cuts. So you see like the track where the horses can run in the back with the really green grass. I struggled with that so much because I wanted the rounded fence so badly. It's something that I really wanted for this build. But in the end, when off camera, when I decided to kind of get more money somehow, I knew that I was gonna get a lot of money from that, because all of that green grass, it's a floor, and as you know, flooring costs money in this game, so to do that entire area with that green grass, it was a lot of money. So instead, I decided to delete that entire thing, including the rounded fences, because for some unknown reason, I could not put the rounded fence there without any type of flooring. I don't know if that's just in my game or if it does it for you guys as well, but I don't know why I could not just put down the fence on the ground with no flooring whatsoever. It did make no sense to me, but I also did quickly leave in this flooring area because I wanted to show you guys how I kind of did the floor. I kind of did it in this crisscross pattern, and I wasn't about to show you all of the flooring like that because that would have just taken absolutely forever, but yeah, I do like that. I think it's fun and a little bit more creative and a cute way to mix up your flooring styles a bit, and I do think it also fits in like this ranch type of vibe. I wanted to say area and vibe at the same time, so Varia was almost what came out of my mouth. Honestly, Varia is a nice name. Okay, I'm rambling at this point. We are on to the furnishings. So the furnishing is the last part that I do show in this speed build part, so there is not going to be me showing more exterior. Like I did also mention, there is a lot of empty rooms, so I don't know. I feel like I bit off a little bit more than I could chew with this, because I really thought we had enough money to build up everything that I was hoping for, and I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm not happy. I am so happy with how this turned out, and honestly, it's probably one of my favorite builds that I did in a little while, so I am not complaining in the slightest. And something that I did not mention yet, but you've more than likely already noticed it by now, and if you didn't, I truly don't know how you didn't notice this, but I am using custom content in this build. So I went online and I just CC shopped my butt off because I wanted to use custom content in this build. It's a personal gameplay house. It's not something that I'm gonna put up for download in the first place because it's unfinished, and I don't know when or if I'm ever going to finish it, and I'm refusing to put up unfinished work for you guys to download. I just don't like doing that. It seems really it seems janky to me. I don't know, I don't like that. But yeah, so because of the fact that it has CC and it's not completely finished, therefore I'm not gonna put it up for download. But I did want to mention the CC because I know a lot of you are gonna be like, what pack did you use to get this beautiful couch or this cabinet system, something like that, you know? So I did not use a pack for these. This is all custom content, and I'm not gonna link everything because it took me hours. If I have to link everything, it's gonna take me years. So instead, just enjoy the beautiful couch scenery, of course. Yes, of course. But yeah, I enjoyed this build. I know I've been complaining like, oh, it took me so long, it's been a struggle, my life is over because of this, it's taken me just a bajillion years to complete, I have nothing left to live for. You know, I've been complaining a little bit, just a smidge, but I did actually enjoy building this. I can't even lie and say that it ruined me, because this was fun. It was a really nice challenge to build something this big, because I haven't built a large house in such a long time, but here we are. I build small little houses, and then all of a sudden I take on a 64 by 64 lot, because we all just know that that's the way that it has to be done. You have to be a little bit delulu and a little bit crazy to be a builder in this game. But I did still enjoy this so much, especially with the custom content. I haven't built with custom content in such a long time, so doing this, it was refreshing. It felt so nice to see all of these new furnishing items, all of these new beautiful luxurious furnishing sets and stuff. It was just such a nice, refreshing thing to see in this game. I wish sometimes that the game would just add these things in permanently, like base game things, obviously compensating the actual creators for things like this, but some of these things just make me so happy, and some of them are so creative. Like these tiles, you get a carpet for these tiles, and you can kind of mix the carpet with the tiles to make a really nice transition from room to room. Obviously I did not do that, I only used this in the bathrooms, but I still think that's really neat. That's such a cute thing to like do. But also, speaking about incomplete rooms, this is one of them. This room I did furnish, obviously, because it's where Danny and Opal will be sleeping, but it's not my best work. It's really not the best. It's kind of empty, and I mean, it's a ginormous room, so it being empty is kind of inevitable, but I tried my best with my budget to make it look as nice as possible. This room and Baby Petal's room are both a little bit empty and sad. I didn't want it to be. Obviously, I wanted this to be just completely finished, most beautiful thing ever, because when I play with this family from now on, there's gonna be one more episode, and after that I'm gonna play off camera. I am gonna play this on my time, when I want, how I want, and therefore you guys are not going to see this progress at all. I will probably post updates about this every once in a while on my Twitter, probably, like take a before and after photo and be like, oh guys, I finished this room, isn't it just the most beautiful thing ever? So if you do want to follow me on my Twitter to see updates of this, you guys can find that linked down below in my link tree, where you can find all of my social media accounts, including my Instagram and my TikTok as well. But yeah, so this is the last room that we're going to be doing for now, and then straight after this we are going to be jumping into the normal time part, where I'm going to show you guys the entire house. So here we have it all done with all of the landscaping as well. It is currently fall in game, so everything is going to be a little bit more gloomy than it would be in spring or summer, but honestly I quite love that. Actually, I think it's so pretty. already, but I really love how this turned out, especially with everything completed. So where you last saw it, it was just kind of a shell of a house on a very empty plot of land, but now with all of the landscaping, it looks so much better. So let's go ahead and kind of move around the outside and then move in towards the inside. So right outside over here we have some cars. These are obviously not functional, but I thought they looked so cute in the front here with the cute little driveway. We have some cute little fences and this beautiful walkway area over here. I think this is so nice. It's probably one of my favorite parts about this is this just ginormous walking space with all of the plants kind of surrounding you. But we do have this entrance to the front door and this one over here that kind of leads you to the barn. So let me quickly show you guys in here. The barns are incomplete. I am not gonna lie and say that these are just absolutely perfect, but if we go inside, it is still nice. It's just not everything that I would have wished for it to be. So this is the barn for the horses, although as you can see, all of the little goats and sheepies are also enjoying their time in here. So we have 3 pens for all 3 of the horses. In here we have nothing, but this is where I kind of want to make the designated whining area, like the nectar station and stuff, with some nice windows and things. That is going to be something I'm gonna do on my own in the future though. But yeah, this is barn number 1. I absolutely love this though. Right next to that we have the gardening space, and as you can probably tell, our lemon trees are gone. I don't know what happened to them, but I did just make a ton of crop spaces instead, so I'm still happy with that. So this is kind of just a giant walkway, and we have this cute little area over here with a fire pit. I did also add this chicken coop in over here, so maybe one day I can have chickens here as well. Then we have a small little barn in the back, and as you can see, it's noticeably smaller than it was, but that's because of money. So I did save a lot of money that way. And I mean, this is just for the goats and the sheep, so this is their little pen. I mean, you can also kind of fit horses in here, but I made this one for the goats and for the sheep. So yeah, overall I just love this space so much. I think it's so nice, especially because I did really want to close everything off, because I felt so bad for the little goats and sheep to just stay in one saddle area the whole entire time. So now they get to explore this entire plot of land, and that's so much more fun for them. I did lock all of the gates, however, so they cannot just go out of it, but yeah, I love that so much. So coming inside of the house, there is gonna be a few disappointments, for me at least. I think it's kind of disappointing, but coming in straight through the door, you find this cute little area with the little seats over here. I wanted it to feel slightly more fancy, because right after that, it's kind of this big empty space with just a little breakfast eating area. It's kind of barren. I also wanted to paint the ceilings, but like money, so I did not do that. But yeah, we also have these stairs over here and all of the trophies as well. And right near the entrance we have the main downstairs bathroom, which you did see in the speed build part. Then coming down over here is where we have the living space. Of course, I would have loved for some more things in here, but again, money. So this is all that we have for now. I mean, we have a really nice TV and stuff, so, and a ginormous couch, so I am not complaining. And over here we have the greenhouse, which is probably the saddest greenhouse that I've ever made in my entire life, but I will be adding to this eventually as well. This is kind of where I want all of my nectar making plants to be. Then over this way is where we have the dining area and the current nectar making station. I obviously want to move this, but for now, just so that we don't have it in a giant empty room, it is located in here. Speaking about giant empty rooms, here we have a giant empty room. I eventually want this to become an office space, so I don't know, I feel like it's so nice with the big windows looking out as well. But over here is the kitchen. If I have to sell all of this, it's probably gonna give me all of my money back because this kitchen was so expensive. But then coming up the stairs, this is where it gets really empty. This is the hallway area. There's absolutely nothing here. This little bathroom, completely empty. And this guest room also completely empty. So obviously I would love to put things here, but that will just have to wait. And I don't know, I will show you guys this eventually, show you guys some before and afters. This here is the little baby's room. It is pretty barren as well, but I feel like I got to make it look at least a little bit better in the end. And then right over here we have the main bedroom, which, like I mentioned, it does look pretty empty, but I still love how this looks. And the view outside is incredible. And I did manage to get enough money to finish up this bathroom as well. Well, I wouldn't say finished. There's a lot that I could still do in here, but I mean a functional bathroom for the least. So yeah, that is the upstairs as well. And that is the entire farm. I am so excited to record the last episode for you guys and to just play with this family for the last time on YouTube. And yeah, that is everything for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, please do consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I will definitely see you guys in another video. Goodbye, everybody!